All right. We are live on TikTok and YouTube. Okay. Peace and love to the YouTube. Peace and love to TikTok. This might be one of my most important lives ever. I don't know why. Hey, y'all doing? How y'all doing over there? I don't know why. Like it kind of like goes dark, like when on the screen. We're gonna fix that TikTok. For those of you who are on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. The topic today is this. All right. Before you say yes to a hysterectomy, do a parasite cleanse. Okay. So, for those of you who are watching this live, you or you know someone who has been diagnosed with fibroids, who have been diagnosed with PCOS and severe ovarian cysts, okay, this is for you. Now, before we get started, I want you all right now to register for my live class tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called What Your Eyes May Reveal That Your Lab Work Misses. Okay, so most of you know me as an iridologist, right? A naturopath. And so what we're going to be talking about tomorrow is how your eyes, right? We already know the eyes are the windows to the soul, but really understanding and understanding that, can you see fibroids? Can you see ovarian cysts? Can you see these things forming well before it becomes chronic? Can you see these challenges well before they say you need a hysterectomy? That's what we're here for. Because let me tell you something right now, family. We are at war. We are at war. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are at war. Okay. And guess what? You need to have the weapons to arm yourself every single day when it comes to your health. Every time you walk in that grocery store, that's a war zone because every label is literally like marketing to your attention, the colors, right? Most of us are not even looking at the back of the label. How much sugar is in there, right? How much fiber is in there? Most of us don't eat enough fiber. And this is why we have so many rampant diabetes and the topic of tonight, which is looking at a woman's health, looking at the reproductive system and why we are marketed to have hysterectomies. The word itself, wrecking your history, speaks volumes, y'all. Wrecking your history. I remember when I was a teenager and my mother told me that my grandmother was suggested to have her hysterectomy, not due to fibroids, but because she already had 5 kids. According to the doctor, they said, well, ma'am, you're not going to have any more, right? I mean, you might as well just take it out. As if, as if that's the only reason why we need our uterus is to produce children. There's a whole network of information of feminine energy that you are losing when you lose your organs, specifically your uterus, your fallopian tubes, your ovaries. Okay, so we got to talk about this, y'all. We have to talk about this. Now, there's no shame to those who've already had one, right? There is no shame. We're going to talk about that more so towards the end. Actually, if you want to learn life after a hysterectomy, if you already had one, you have to join my class tomorrow. Join my class tomorrow because that's where I'm going to be talking about hysterectomies and how to avoid it, and also life after organ removal, right? So, for those of you on TikTok, go to my link tree right now. Leave this live, go to my link tree, register for my free class. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow. 7 p.m. For those of you who are on YouTube, okay, make sure you register. I'm going to drop the link right now in the YouTube chat, okay? I'm going to drop the link right now. Go ahead, get your ticket tomorrow, August 4th, 7 p.m. And we're going to be really, really diving deep into why is it that we're seeing, like, I mean, just so many women are being told to have hysterectomies, okay? So before we, like, get into like the real, we about 5 minutes into this, and the reason why I take this topic so serious is because I can see the path. I can see what you need to do. If you watching on the other side of the screen, whether this has not afflicted you, you may have another health issue. For the men that's watching, please watch. You have wives, you have daughters, you have sisters, you have aunts. You need to watch this too. And this also can be the key to something that a breakthrough for your own health. I can see the path so clearly that I know exactly how and how long it's going to take for you to transform your health. Now, if you guys go back to my pictures, I'm actually like in awe of looking at these, like my setup here, y'all. Y'all see these arms, okay? Y'all see the collarbone showing. If you see any of my old videos, your girl is definitely losing weight. Okay, so gaining muscle, losing weight, and this was not something that, oh, I just kind of did like just willy-nilly, like just like, oh yeah, let me just go to the gym, maybe lift here. It was a structured plan. And many of you think you failed in your health, and you did not fail. You don't have a plan. Can I get an amen in the chat? Somebody put an amen. Give me some hearts over there in TikTok. For those of you on YouTube, don't blow up the chat, because we need to talk about this, right? So many women give up. So many people, men and women, give up because they feel like, I did this thing. I changed my diet. I started doing smoothies. I started going to the gym, and nothing is changing. And it's not that you failed. It's that you don't have a plan in place to actually get you to where you desire, and in less time than you even think it's going to take. Okay? So let's get into, before you have a hysterectomy, do a parasite cleanse. Why did I say that? I say that because when it comes to cysts, any form of cancer, fibroids, even though fibroids is not considered cancer, they are benign tumors, which means that they're not malignant, they're not harsh, they're not severe. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. When we hear benign, we suddenly take that lightly as women. I know so many women, even some of my clients, that we begin to adjust to this lifestyle as if when we hear fibroids, it's of the norm. It's like a rites of passage, as specifically a Black woman. Hey, baby girl, my daughter joined the live. As if it's a rite of passage. This is not a rite of passage, ladies. We have to begin to understand that, yes, there is a war for your womb. Because again, you have this vast network in your womb that just has this energy. It shows you your path, how you're supposed to be, your feminine, natural, gynic nature, meaning you notice when we begin to have these challenges that we don't operate as women, we begin to grow hair in places that we're not supposed to, like our face. Our shoulders become more broad. We start bent over. We walk a certain way. Why? It's a defense mechanism, right? So as ladies, you're sitting, and I always teach my daughter this, upright, close your legs, but now we're legs open, and our bodies begin to morph. Why is that? Because we have gotten out of our natural feminine nature. And my job, I've been called to do this by the Most High, is to return women to their throne, to their glory. Okay. And for those of you, for the men in the chat, I still serve the men with iridology. Don't get it twisted. We have programs for you too. Okay. I have so many different healing communities where we serve men and women. Okay. So whether the challenge is stomach, liver, gallbladder, whatever it is, I'm here to serve you. Okay. But that's just my main forte. Okay. Are y'all hearing me? Someone said amen. Yes. Okay. So it's time to return. It's time to return, y'all. It's time for you to take it back, and that your rites of passage as a woman, as a young lady, right? If you're watching this, you're like maybe a teenage or preteen, right? These things are absolutely not normal. And you can absolutely live a life, full life, without experiencing what we call disease. Okay. So for those, you're not going to be able to see it on TikTok because for some reason, like I can't share my screen of the things that I want to share. Actually, I'm going to have to pull my phone and I'm going to share a photo now of, can you hear me out, y'all? Can you see fibroids, cysts, and what is called cancer be in the eye, in the iris, before it becomes chronic? Okay. Now, those of you who follow me already know what iridology is. And if you don't, let's just give a really quick snippet. Okay. In iridology, looking into the iris colored part of your eyes, being able to see within your body the imbalances well before you feel an ache or pain, well before you feel a symptom, and also before your labs tell the story. So most of us, we have one system of living, right? We go get our labs every year. The doctor says, okay, yes, here's your physical. Okay, you get your labs and everything is normal. But suddenly, after years of going and getting these labs, suddenly you have this chronic disease. Well, why is it that the labs did not pick it up? Right? It's because the labs could go but so far. All right. The labs can only go but so far. And your iris tells the story, your blueprint since birth. Since birth. Okay. So I literally have children clients. I let them know that I let the parents know, hey, this is what your child can face in their lifetime if they follow a certain diet. Okay. You can look at a young boy's eyes and tell if he may have prostate issues in his past. You can look at a young girl's eyes and tell if she may have uterine issues, breast issues in her past. And this is as young as, I'm talking 1, 2, 3 years of age. This is the science we've always had. Now, for those of you in TikTok, please share this live. This is worth sharing. YouTube, make sure you share this live too. All right. So I'm actually going to share my screen on YouTube actually, because now we're going to get into can you actually see that in the eye beforehand? All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me see if I can do that for the TikTok family. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on one second. We're going to, hold on, let me see if we can, oh, nope, hold on. If I can like flip it so y'all can see it. But if anything, let's share the screen and we're going to get right into it. Okay, YouTube family, how we doing? How are we doing? Y'all usually live, but it's 3:00, so I can understand. I see y'all for the YouTubers, the TikTok, I see y'all. All right, let's do this. Can y'all see that YouTube? I can't see the chat, so we're gonna hopefully TikTok. Can y'all see that? Now I gotta turn my screen around. I really can't see like the chat, so I trust that y'all can see that. Now you're gonna see my mouse in a second. I know, like, hold on one second. I really want to flip the camera around. Hold on one second. I am going to figure this out. Trust me. I feel like if I like do it where I like, hold on a second. I don't even see like the thing for it. That is so weird. Oh, wait. There we go. Duh. All right, cool. All right. So y'all see that. TikTok, y'all see that. YouTube, y'all see that. All right, cool. We got it. It's been a while, TikTok. I have not been on. Anyway, let's keep it moving. YouTube family, what's up? All right. So what we talked about, that we all heard that the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? It is actually the windows to your entire body. Okay. I cannot like just I really have to be redundant with this because you already have the map. So you, in an attempt to figure out what's going on with your health, and you're getting all these labs done and you're trying to figure it out on your own, and it's like most high, or what you call your God, is saying you already have it. On your face, it's in your eyes. Okay, I've been teaching this for almost 10 years, right? So it's so super important. If you're ready and you're interested and you're like, you know what, I need this blueprint, I need to know what's going on with my health, you can absolutely book your iridology analysis. My system is called Advanced Iris Analysis. And what I do is I compare your lab work to your iridology. Okay, we have labs that you can request. I can let you know exactly what labs to request, or you send me your labs beforehand, and then I know exactly what labs to request after your appointment. This is a thorough consultation where you can get all details of your health, your liver, your gallbladder, your stomach, women, your uterus, your ovaries, men, your prostate, your male organs. All right. This is serious, serious work that's going to save you. So, those of you watching now, watching live right now, pay attention. It's so important. Okay. So, can the eyes reveal what is called uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, what is called cancer? Can it reveal these things? Now, when you see the iris like this and you see these dark markings here, where's my mouse here? Right here. You see this here. I know that's like the first thing that pops up. Now, anything dark means that the tissue has been degenerated, whereas there's no energy. There's little to no blood supply. It's like the organ is fighting for their spot. It's like doing everything it can to save itself. Now, remember what we talked about when your posture as a woman is like slouched over, and you have this way that you walk, and all of that is a defense mechanism, right? What is disease? By the time you leave this live, those of you will understand that there is a different way to look at disease, rather than looking at it as something attacking you and that you have no control over your health, but rather it is something that your body is defending itself against. How many of y'all received that? For those of you on YouTube, put an eye emoji in the chat. For those of you on TikTok, go ahead and light up the eye emojis. How many of you received that? That now we're going to look at disease differently, because when you think of disease names, they're just names. Many of them in Latin, many of them in Greek. And when you understand the language, when you understand etymology, right? And when you understand the root words, right? The root of these words, you'll be like, hold on a second. That has nothing to do with what I'm going through, right? It only tells part of the story of why. So if you look at the definition of, let's say, fibroids, right? The definition of fibroids is this fibrous tissue that begins to grow from smooth muscle, whether it's internally in the uterine wall or externally in the uterus area, right? But how did it get there, right? It says the symptoms: heavy bleeding, infertility. How did it get there, right? So instead of saying, you know what, yeah, let's just pull them out, you need a hysterectomy, or let's just freeze them out, let's burn them out, cut, slash, and burn method. How about we find out how they got there? Okay. Now, this area here, this is actually a female iris. This is the ovary area. Okay. This is the ovary area of the iris. You see how dark it is. So you can tell that there may be some growth there. And when we have some type of growth, when you think of any growth, cyst, fibroid, any kind of tumor, it's demanding attention. It wants attention. And what you eat gives it or starves the attention. It acts almost like a parasite. Matter of fact, we can say that fibroids, cysts, even cancer are made up of parasites. Okay? Because if you think about it, what does a parasite do? A parasite survives in the host based upon the host giving it attention. What is that attention? It's the foods we eat, right? The sugar that we're eating, the fried foods that we're eating, right? The heavy meats that we're eating. We're not taking breaks. We're eating meat every single day of our lives. Okay. So there's no break in between. We go our whole lives. We don't do a cleanse. There's no uh, a foundation to return to. So here, this is where you see the ovary, right? And so when she came to me and when I was able to see that, she was already diagnosed with ovarian cysts. And it had progressed into a degenerative state, but yet the labs or the doctor did not see that. So this is why science like this, iridology, is so important, because now you don't have to wait for your medical doctor to tell you to do something. Your eyes already told the story. It already said, hey, this is what's happening in the now. This is what could happen if you ignore it. So I like to say, and this is what I've said for my work, advanced iridology analysis, is that your iris shows all of your health timelines, all of your health timelines, your past, your current, and even your future potential challenges. So that means if you're 30, every health timeline of your entire life is here in your eyes. What will your life look like at 50? What will your health look like at 40? It's all here. Not, okay, I'm going to wait for something to happen and then I'm going to react in the moment. Because by the time you react, we make decisions out of fear, out of scarcity. Rather, you can make a decision now with the knowing, with knowledge, with this information here. Okay? To understanding that fibroids, uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, and even cancer is more than just what it's localized to that area. There's so much involved here. So we're not just looking at, okay, the ovarian cyst, look here. This is the liver. You see that? TikTok, that's the liver. Okay, here, gallbladder. Here, small intestine. Now, one of the foundations of my teachings, and those of you watching on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you blow up the chat, is that most people have fatty liver, gallstones, and they don't know it. You don't know it. Why? Because you don't consciously feel the symptoms. But remember what we talked about. Remember what we talked about. Can you guys see this? For those of you live on TikTok, because they're trying to restrict my live for some reason. They're saying that, oh, let's see. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. YouTube, if you're still there, stay with me. Okay. All right. Can y'all still see this? I don't know if y'all can still see this. Let's keep going. Yeah, you see this every time we begin to talk about this type of information, health, and nobody's even making claims. And first I have to say, let's put that across the board, that I am not a medical doctor, and in no way, shape, or form, this is not to be used as a diagnosis. This is used as education, all right, for you to make health decisions based upon this type of ancient science that has been stolen from all of us. Right? Can we just say that? All right. Because TikTok be acting crazy. All right. So make sure y'all share this live because, oh man. Anyway, let's keep it going. And even in the wake of all this Dr. Fauci stuff, like how Dr. Fauci lied and pled the fifth about the COVID-19, whatever, yet they're just allowed to spread this information, but yet ban and then flag me for this. And speaking of that, I mean, we're not even going to pivot to that. I'll just say that's going to be a separate live. Anyone knows me, they know my stance on the Jabberwocky or any type of vaccinations at all. Okay. And this is not new news. We have, listen, y'all, come on YouTube. All right. I'm not to y'all gonna have to come to me on YouTube, because we not about to do this. We is not about to do this. I don't see anybody commenting, so we about to end this live on TikTok. Make sure that y'all come to my YouTube. All right. All right. As y'all can see, hold on, let me stop sharing my screen, because I gotta say something for a second. How we doing, YouTube? Listen, I don't know what I said that could have possibly been flagged, other than the fact that we said the words like cancer, we said the words like uterine fibroids, and on helping you understand your health. And it's such like, we are in a time, the shift is here, where more people are waking up. More people are saying, you know what? It is the foods I'm eating. You know what? I do need to move my body more. You know what? I do need to look within myself to heal myself, rather than external sources. So it's going to be a lot of like boots on the ground when it comes to flag checkers, when it comes to like these platforms like TikTok, flagging information like this, even though we didn't even make a claim. I didn't make no claim. Did you hear me make a claim? Absolutely not. Right. So anyway, let's go with the information. Peace and love. Thank you. I think IKYH. I hope that I get that right. So absolutely, if you caught that information, and for those of you watching a replay, you can absolutely look into your eyes and tell if you're prone to having uterine fibroids, if you're prone to having ovarian cysts, right? But it's not just looking at these organs when it comes to these challenges. It's your liver, it's your gallbladder, it's your small intestine, it's your colon, your gut, it's your pancreas. There's so many organs at play here, y'all. So many. And so when we take one method and we're like, you know what, we're going to just cut it out, rather do a parasite cleanse. Okay. Why? Because the same that what makes up a fibroid, what makes up a cyst, what makes up a growth has the same energy that makes up a parasite. Okay. What does a parasite want? It wants energy, right? So what does it do? It's going to hijack your energy. That's why most women who deal with these type of challenges, you have low folate issues, you have low iron issues, right? Many of the severe cases, you need blood transfusions. I had a client that I worked with in my 90-day program. It's called the Hormone Root Reset Program. And she went from needing blood transfusions, serious blood transfusions, right? Iron was dangerously low, to after finishing my program, no longer needing blood transfusions. And her iron increased, her folate increased, okay? Her numbers, the lab work increases. So it's not just, okay, I have fibroids, I need to get rid of the fibroids. It's, you have low vitamin D, you have low vitamin A, you have low vitamin K, you have gallstones, right? You have fatty liver. There's so much at play. And this is why my program and my kit that I developed targets all of that, all of those organs. I can literally physically see the human body so clear and what it needs to stabilize and balance itself. Okay? What it needs to stabilize and balance itself. And this is why I say, when it comes to low vitamin D, for instance, there is steps to actually having active vitamin D in your body. So when we're going out and buying vitamin D, right, especially synthetic forms, if your liver is congested, if your gallbladder is filled with gallstones, if your small intestine is inflamed, you're going to have less ability to process and have vitamin D available in your body. Okay. Because where does most of your vitamins happen? Where does the absorption and the activeness happen? It happens in your small intestine. And what do you need for that to actually happen? You need bile. And bile is produced by the liver, sent to the gallbladder, then sent to the small intestine. And that helps to neutralize acidity in your stomach for proper digestion. So this is not one issue here. This is looking at the whole body. This is why when you work with holistic, you're working with the whole rather than the localized area. The growth may have grown in the uterus, but this is a bigger problem than just the uterus. This is not just the uterus. This is not just the fibroid. This is a systemic challenge. Okay? So, absolutely, before you say yes to a hysterectomy, and for the brothers watching this too, the men watching this too, make sure you send this live, send this YouTube video to your friends, your sister, your wife, your mother, your aunt, and let them know you don't have to have a hysterectomy. Do a parasite cleanse first. Do a parasite cleanse first. That's all I'm going to say. I can't make claims. Can't say, oh, yes. Now, let's talk about that, because you could be watching this video and be like, I tried everything. I'm at my wit's end. I think I'm just going to go ahead and have a hysterectomy. Why? Because number one, it might be very large. The fibroids may be very large, right? So they're saying, okay, you may have 6, 8, 9, 10 of these growths. Then they may be like large in centimeter size, large masses that if you do, you can't just do one parasite cleanse. It has to be a series. So now you're thinking, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and get this done because it's really draining my energy. Remember, we talked about most women who are dealing with this feel drained. What does a parasite do? It drains your life force. It needs to be fed. So it pulls the blood to their area, which is why you feel depleted, low energy, right? Just barely the will to get out of bed, but get out because, you have to work, daily life, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So for those women who are dealing with the large ones, okay, fill out the form that we have so that we can help you specifically. Because I would not come on here and we don't want to make it sound like it's just that simple. No, we want to address your particular needs. So if that's something like you're dealing with really, really large ones, and you're like this close to having a hysterectomy, and you came across this video, and this video spoke to you, like maybe there is another way. Maybe there's another way before I have that surgery. You're this close. Go ahead and fill out the form. Myself or my team will reach out to you, and we will schedule you for a 15-minute alignment call. All right. I'm going to drop that form in just a moment. And for those of you who are on my links, on my link tree, it's there for you too. Okay. Because we don't want to say and market it like, oh, yeah, like just do that. And then your challenge is different than a mild case. There are many different types, many different cases. All right. So we work on a case-by-case basis, not just one size fits all. Got it? Makes sense? Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. I absolutely want you all to have eyes on my webinar. All right. It is extremely important because we talk about all of this and we go into depth. And when you leave, you will leave with a mindset of this dis-ease is just that, a dis-ease, rather than naming the challenge and focusing on the localized area of where the growth is, right? Whether it's the uterus, the breasts, the ovaries, right? Whatever it is, you will leave understanding that your body has been in defense mode this entire time. So that's tomorrow, August 4th, 7 p.m. The link is in the description, right in the chat, to get your free ticket. Reserve your spot. Okay? What your eyes reveal that your lab work misses. So many of us, we're getting lab work, and no shade to the medical system, right? We're not shading them. Sometimes we have flaws in a system, but relying on one system for your health is dangerous. So you're going to see there are other ways that you can pierce into your body well before the lab work lets you know what's going on. Okay? So you're going to understand iridology. You're going to understand you have a unique blueprint that tells you everything about your working organs in your body and how it's not just one challenge, but it's many organs at play that we need to address. And that is what we do here. Okay? I just wanted to make sure that I share that with you. The link again is in the chat. For those of you just joining us on YouTube, peace and love, make sure you share this live. I'm going to drop that again in the chat so that you have that. Super, super important. All right. What else did I want to go over? Now, with the parasite cleanse, right? What we have when it comes to parasite cleansing, it's not just the parasite cleanse, it's the liver flush and the parasite cleanse. Now, most of you know, I've been doing this work for a while. And those of you who've been following my work for a while know that the liver. Hey, the liver. Okay, I'm telling you, keep your liver clean. You keep your liver clean. And I'm telling you, liver and gut, and nothing can live in your body. No parasite can govern your body. It is time for you to govern your own mind, to have control over what you eat. And not in the sense of control what you eat, right? Telling you that you're doing something bad. Cravings is not a shame thing. This is an internal issue. And until you address those internal organs, the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder, those cravings will still be there. Waking up 3 a.m. and wanting a candy bar. I had someone, the sugar craving case was so severe that they couldn't sleep without mass amounts of sugar. They drove to the grocery store, like late at night, just to get a cake. No shame. But again, we have the tools as weapons for you to arm yourself. Like I said, we had a war, y'all. This is food warfare, spiritual warfare, because your spirit, you are what you eat. Your spirit's going to react to that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what the parasite kit looks like. So this is what it looks like, family. Okay. This is what the parasite kit looks like. The parasite and liver flush. Now, why is it in one? So the 28 days looks like this. For the first 21 days, you're doing the parasite cleanse. These are my parabiome drops. I make my own herbal blends, teas, tinctures. These are the parasite tincture. This is the parasite tea. It's called the parabiome drops and tea. So for 21 days, you're drinking that, taking this in water and then making this as a tea. Then for the last 7 days, you're doing the liver flush. Now, if you've never heard of the liver flush is based upon Andreas Moritz's best-selling book, right? The liver gallbladder, the amazing liver gallbladder flush. And what that is flushing your liver and getting out gallstones and old waste. So this is the liver blend. This is the magnesium citrate that you need during the cleanse. That's going to help you be regular with your bowels. It's also going to help you push out those stones. And then last but not least, this is the liver chi butter. Now, so many people, when they do a parasite cleanse, they tend to feel itchy, right? whether it's on their arms, their legs, their stomach, because you frustrated them suckers, right? They don't want to leave. So they get frustrated. You start getting gassy, the itchy. So I listened to all of the people that took my cleanse. And what did I do? I developed a herbal butter. It's called the liver chi butter. And it has all the herbs that's in the liver blend and some of the herbs in the parabiome blend. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal, antiseptic, all of what you need to apply topically. And also, it helps to frustrate those suckers, even topically. What I created it for is that in conjunction with helping to break up gallstones. So the directions you apply it to your liver gallbladder area, and that area here, your liver gallbladder is so permeable, right? When you place anything topically there, it seeps right through. If you think about it, when people apply castor oil and they notice that the growth is shrinking. So the main ingredients in the butter is the castor oil and the shea butter, right? And so there you have it. That's what's in that butter. And so all of this is, and it's a full kit for you to do a full flush your liver and parasite cleanse. And it's 28 days. And what that also looks like, it's not, okay, take this cleanse, bye, I hope for the best for you. Yes, I hope that it works out for you. For those of you over there on YouTube, right? It's not about that. It's about, you're going to get a recipe book. You're going to know what to eat. You're going to know how to eat to live. And all the recipes I made myself. And I've taken pictures and I've put them together, and they're fiber rich and they're fire foods, because you need fire foods. Can't eat anything cold or extremely cold, right? So it's paired in a way where it's conducive for your healing. Okay. Like so many recipes, over 20 of them. Very creative. You're not going to eat like a rabbit the whole time. It's not going to be boring. Okay. Then it looks like you having a community to do this with. What does that look like? We have almost 55 people. We were so close to 60. There's some people that left, right? But we have almost 55 people in one community and 25 in another. And the Flush Your Liver Parasite Cleanse community, we've been doing it for almost 3 years now. And when you start, you'll be part of that. That way you have people to cheer you on. You have the accountability. You can ask questions, especially if it's your very, very, very first time doing a cleanse of this magnitude. Okay? Because so many of you want to do this. You want to get your health in order, but you don't have a plan. There's no plan. There's no thought behind it. You have the desire, you buy the products, and then a week later, the products sit there. And it's not because you're lazy or you don't want to do it. There's no plan in place. The plan is here, right here. Now, I will even up it. Make sure you join tomorrow's event, because we have the 90-day hormone root program, where this comes with that program, and you'll be able to be alongside me for 90 days. And that's where the real transformation happens. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but this is the Flush Your Liver Deworm Challenge. You can find it on my website, holisticapalace.com. Now, when it comes to the program, right? We'll talk about that more tomorrow, but that is super essential for those of you dealing with chronic issues. And you know that you need someone there with you to do this, right? You need structure. We have modules, pre-recorded modules that are sent to you. You get like a short quiz after each module, but that's only to jar your memory. It's not like you're getting graded or anything like that. Everything is put together in a unique structure. Why? For you to win. I made sure this is fail proof, y'all. I don't play. because I did it and I'm continuously doing it for myself. Last year, when I was stressed, depressed, didn't know the rest, didn't know what I was going to do. I was in a hard place in my life. And I found myself growing facial hair, looking big, defense, right? Defensive mode. Did we talk about that in the beginning? And I said to myself, okay, I got to put myself on a plan. I got to do something. Didn't know what it was going to be called. I just did it. And no matter what life looked like through that whole, and it's been almost a year of actually going through the ebbs and the flows, I stayed on my path. And what I teach is this: life will life. Life will seem hard. Life be life, and for everybody. If you don't have a foundation to come home to, when you need to reset, when you need to cleanse, when you need to be one and centered with yourself, a month, 2 months, 6 months, 5 years pass by, and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? This happened. How did I get here? Come on over here. Come on over to home, build your foundation. We have amazing healing communities where we cleanse. My other community, we cleanse every month. That we do a reset. It's not like a heavy artillery cleanse. It's called the Bloat Be Gone Challenge. And we reset every month for 10 days, starting the first of the month. We already started. We're 3 days in. 3 days in. Amazing recipes that I'm sharing. I've already shared in the group. Other people in the group, they're sharing their recipes. We're doing plank challenges over there. Come on over. You'll never fall off your path again. And when you do fall off, you'll have a home, a foundation to come back to. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to make sure that you have these events so that you can register. All right? I'm going to share my screen again. Don't forget tomorrow, all right, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are live for what your eyes reveal that your lab work misses. You've changed your diet. You've tried the supplements. Your labs say you're fine, yet your symptoms are loud. How many more years are you willing to spend searching for answers while being told everything is normal? Discover why thousands of people are turning to iridology to uncover clues about their health that traditional testing often overlooks. I dropped the link in the chat. Get your free ticket tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll send you the link to the Zoom room. There's another event that I'm having Thursday. This is one of my favorite ones. They're both my favorite. They're both my babies. You know, I'm here every week and I'm teaching y'all. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. So this is like, why do I love this one? Right? Why you keep starting over with your health. We just talked about that. It's not a motivation problem. It's a subconscious programming problem. And until you change that program, you will find yourself in a loop. So you promised yourself this time will be different. You started, then you stopped. But what if it's not a motivation problem? Join me this Thursday, August 6th, and discover why lasting health transformation goes deeper than willpower, and one simple daily habit that can collapse years of consistency into one powerful decision. That's what I do. I help you collapse time. What you think is going to take you 6 months to do, it's going to take you 3 months. What you think is going to take 3 months is going to take you 10 days. Come on over. Come on over. When I tell you I cracked the code, when I tell you I can see so clearly your transformation, I can see it super clear, and help hundreds of people transform their health. And now we have a month-to-month community that helps not only to keep you accountable, but to keep you aware. keep you centered. So important. So important. All right. I'm going to drop that Zoom. I'm going to drop that webinar link. You got to register on Zoom, okay, for the Thursday event. So I'm going to drop that for you. All right. That is for Thursday's webinar that is coming through right now. Make sure. Yep. Okay. Thursday's webinar. That is what that link is. You already have the link to tomorrow's webinar. Still a little crazy that TikTok did that, right? I mean, they that's not the first time they flagged me for a post or a live or a video. Like, I didn't even make a claim, as you can see. Like, I literally told y'all I did not make any claims of anything. I literally just am sitting here and sharing health information. I guess I gotta dumb it down, or maybe like sound like, I mean, it might help. It might. I mean, we're not making, like every minute I gotta make a statement that this is not to cure, diagnose, or treat any disease. I've already started the live by saying that, but hey, it still didn't work out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This information is gonna get out no matter what. You can't stop what the Most High already put in motion. All right, you can't. Okay, Most High wants His people free, and that's what I'm doing right here. All right. So this has been an amazing live. Again, before you say yes to a hysterectomy, do a parasite cleanse. Cleanse your body from the inside out. Okay. Flush your liver. Get them gallstones out. If anyone remembers this, I have so many stories of so many clients, including my mother, had pains, didn't know what it is, looked in the eyes, the gallbladder, the liver, the small intestine, gallstones, parasites, right? That's the foundation. Start there. All right. I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to drop that link to the Flush Your Liver deworm kit. For those of you in the chat, I want to thank you. We are almost at the 53 mark. 53-minute mark. Hold on, let me pin this. Okay. And any questions? Y'all know I love questions. I love questions because it helps to everything, that I have accumulated. I just want to give it. I want to share it. So that's what we're here for. We're here to pass it down, not keep it to ourselves, so that's important. But I want to thank you for being here. I really trust you have gotten a lot from and received a lot from this live. Make sure you share this live and any other videos that resonates with you, that that's going to help your friend, your family, your sister, brother, whoever. All right. It's time. The time is right now. Right now, family. Right now. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for existing. And for all of you, your beautiful souls, for, just absorbing and listening, to my teachings. And this is all about us, y'all. It's all about us. And then my goal is for you to build elite health. Elite health. That's what my goal is. And that's what I intend with every fiber of my being to doing. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for What Your Eyes Reveal That Your Lab Work Misses. Peace and love.